Welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is March 2nd, and that means day 61 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we're going to show you how we printed out this cool African cat statue, so stick around. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 61 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, check out the description below. I put a facts section down at the bottom that'll give you all the details. And don't forget to check out that MatterHackers affiliate link. If you're in the market for a new printer, some printer parts, or if you just need some filament, use that MatterHackers affiliate link. It'll kick a little bit back to the channel. It doesn't cost you a thing, and we really appreciate it. But for today's episode, we printed out this very cool African cat statue. And for this print, we used MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of Burgundy on our all-new gMax 1.5 XD+. While browsing around some of the cool art objects up on Thingiverse, I came across this very cool African cat statue. And according to the designer, it's an homage to some of those gift store statues. And this is a very cool print, and it's a very challenging print because it's got some pretty steep overhangs. But the gMax did an amazing job with the print, and I'm really excited to show you the results. So let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download the model. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for this print. Then we'll fire up some of that time-lapse footage and I'll meet you guys back here at the workbench. Okay, so here we are at Thingiverse. Here is the African cat sculpture by BurulaNikita. And I'll put the link down in the description so you can download and print this yourself. And as you can see, this is a kind of a challenging print for some printers because there's some serious overhangs here. And it has been collected a few times and printed a few times. And of course, we've already printed ours, so let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for this print. Okay, so here we are in Simplify 3D, and I've dropped the model down on the print bed, and we are going to enlarge this to 200% because it's pretty small, and I want mine just a little bit larger, so let's check out my process settings. Under layer height, we did a 0.2 millimeter layer height with 3 top and 3 bottom solid layers and 3 perimeters. We also ran a brim by entering 0 in the skirt offset at 4 outlines. Under infill, we used 10% for this model, and we did not generate any support material. For temperature, this is MatterHackers PRO PLA, so my two temperatures are 206 and 208. And of course, we have our 3-stage cooling system set up, and we ran this out at 50 millimeters per second. So let's hit OK. And let's hit prepare to print, and I'll show you how it slices. Okay, so there's our finished sliced model, and let's play this through so you can see some of those really tight overhangs. And you can see that the parts divide and reassemble again, and then they pull apart again here on the tail, and print really tall based on that little attachment here on the tail, and then finish up. So this is a very challenging print, but my gMax did an amazing job. So let's fire up some of that time-lapse footage, and I'll meet you guys back over at the workbench and we'll talk about the print. Alright, so that was a cool little bit of time-lapse footage, and here is the finished African cat statue. And I'll put some close-ups in at the end like I always do. But this turned out stellar. This MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of Burgundy was the perfect choice for this. And my gMax did such an amazing job with this print. It even handled all those really steep overhangs like a champ. I did notice that there is a difference between the filament. It's a little shinier on the bottom, and then it gets a little bit matte finish here, and then as it gets up closer to the top of the tail, it gets shinier. And I'm wondering if that's a temperature issue. Maybe I should lower my temperatures. And maybe if you guys have some ideas, you can leave them in the comments below. Or if MatterHackers, if you're watching, maybe you can give me some advice on how to get a consistent shine on my filament. But other than that, this turned out stellar. I am really happy with this print. I definitely should gMax size this at some point. And I'm thinking about using some copper-infused filament and letting it tarnish a little bit green. I think that would look really cool. But this print turned out amazing. Everything about this print is perfect. His little ears are all nice and sharp. That tail angle turned out amazing. Even this little angle here turned out really, really good. There's a little bit of goobering underneath here, and it did collide a little bit, but I think my temperatures are a little too hot, and I think that would explain the variation in shininess to dullness to matte finish too. But other than that, I think this print turned out pretty amazing. Well, that about wraps it up for day 61 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you found this episode interesting and informative. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and join me again tomorrow for the very next episode of the 3DP 365 project. This African cat statue turned out amazing. I am definitely gMax sizing this one.